are thin and full of sound. A neighbor's television through the floor. I sit beside the window wrapped in gray, watching headlights pass the corner store. A photograph lies face down on the desk. I haven't turned it over since July. Like smoke across a dim and narrow street, the past still drifts into my quiet sky. Some evenings carry weight that morning never knows, heavy with the things the daylight couldn't hold, like neon spelling out a name that slowly dims and goes, and the night grows old. Neon through the curtain, painting red across the ceiling, across my bed. Neon through the curtain, cold and bright, a borrowed warmth to fill the quiet night. Oh, the years have left their color on the wall, a watermark of something I recall. The years burn soft like urban light, and I keep watching neon fade tonight. The radio hums low on channel 4, a voice I don't recognize but trust. The heater clicks and ticks beside the bed, like clocks that measure loneliness or trust. I write your name in fog upon the glass, like letters lost on trains beyond the hill. It fades before I finish the last curve, and everything grows beautifully still. Maybe cities hold the grief that people can't. Maybe neon signs remember what we want. Maybe loneliness is just a room still lit. Gentle now, I've learned to let the color show me how. Neon through the curtain, rose and gold, a quiet light for stories growing old. Oh, the years have softened into grace, a red lit shadow drifting into place. Oh, something in my soul still quietly remains. The neon flickers once, morning fog rolls in, and the city hums on. Ashes on the windowsill, a dim lamp barely glowing. The old heater hums low. Your coat still hangs beside the door. The shape I trace with careful eyes. The floorboards creak like they did before. Beneath the pale and wintry skies, I pour a cup I will not drink, and watch the steam dissolve and fade. This room grows small when I sit and think, like snow across forgotten streets delayed. Some evenings stretch beyond all reason, wrapping cold around the walls, like rooms that outlive every season. Too quiet. Ashes on the windowsill remain, a quiet mark you left behind. The city lights dissolve in gentle rain, and still your voice runs through my mind. Oh, the years have grown so soft and thin, like curtains worn to weightless lace. I hold the life we almost lived within, and set it slowly in its place. The radio plays something old tonight, a song that neither of us named. It drifts across the fading yellow light, like trains beyond the dark, unclaimed. I find your handwriting on a bill, stuffed deep inside a kitchen drawer. The ink is barely faded, but it still feels like a note from some far shore. Maybe leaving is how some love speaks, silent past the final night, growing smaller, gone. Ashes on the windowsill, still there, a quiet mark no wind erased. The city hums its cold and hollow prayer, and time moves on, unhurried, unspaced. Oh, the years have turned to paper thin regret. I fold them gently, let them go. What lingers is not sorrow, not just yet, but something softer, this I know. The lamp flickers once, then holds, morning frost on the glass, and the old heater hums on. The record spins on one side only, a needle at silence, you're half of the shelf still full. I used to leave the volume low at night so you could sleep while music played. The city hummed outside in amber light, and everything felt softly stayed. We shared the grooves of every favorite song, the A-side yours, the B-side mine. Now half the shelf just holds the nights along, like ivy reaching up a vine. Some records skip at the same old places, the way a memory stalls and turns, like photographs that lose their faces, still warm. Your side of the record gathers dust, the sleeves still faint with your perfume. I play it low because I feel I must, to fill the corners of this room. Oh, the years have worn the label soft and pale, the grooves still hold what words could not. I trace the edge along the vinyl trail and find the home that time forgot. The neighbors' lights go out one floor below, the building settles into sleep. I pour the wine I bought an age ago for promises we didn't keep. The window fogs with breath I didn't know I'd still be breathing here alone, like trains beyond the dark that come and go through stations no one calls their own. Maybe music is how silence grieves, echoing the space between, fading softer still. Your side of the record played once more. The needle finds its patient way. I stand barefoot on the kitchen floor and let the last few seconds play. Oh, the years have made the ache feel almost sweet, like something worn to comfort now. I lift the arm and let the silence meet the night, and somehow take a bow. The record slows without a sound. Morning light, gray and thin, and the needle rests again. ticks on. I walked the flat from room to room last night, each doorway holding its own code. The walls remembered every different light from all the years we let unfold. A chair still angled toward the window view, as if someone had just stood and left. The curtain lifted gently in the blue, like breath inside a room bereft. Some silences grow into furniture, filling space the living left, like winter light that stays but stirs nothing. Pale light over empty rooms at dusk falls soft across the dusty floor. The air is faint with cedar and old musk, and all the lives lived here before. The years have carved themselves in doorframe wood, in pencil marks of height and date. I press my hand there where a child once stood, and breathe the weight of growing late. The kitchen calendar still reads July, a month no hand remembered turning. And in the window just beyond the sky is winter dark and slowly churning. I find a letter folded in a book, unsent, unsigned, but somehow known. Like trains beyond the dark, a second look at distances already flown. Maybe rooms remember more than we do, holding shape when people leave. Walls stay warm longer. Just listening to what quiet brings. Oh, the years have settled like the dust on glass, soft and even, spread and thin. I let the pale and patient morning pass, and feel a kind of peace begin. The curtain stirs without a breeze. Morning gray fills the hall, and the clock ticks slowly on. Static between the radio stations, a neon sign reflected in rainwater. The coffee cup long gone cold. The radio signed off at 1:30. A voice that wished the night could rest, and then just static where the songs had run. A hiss that settled in my chest. I left it on for company. I know the way you leave a light for no one home. The city outside moved through sleet and snow like something vast and wide and prone to roam. Some nights the static feels like company, a presence without shape or name, like memory that sits here next to me, just the same. After the last radio song fades out, the room is large and strange and wide. I pull the blanket close to shut the doubt and let the quiet come inside. Oh, the years have taught me how to be alone without the fear of it, to sit beside the hiss of memory and learn to love the benefit. I found your station once at 3:30, a late night show of songs we liked. The DJ spoke so gently, carefully, like trains beyond the dark welbite. I wrote the song name on a paper scrap and pinned it to the lampshade frame. It yellowed slowly, curled up at its lap, but I remember just the same. Maybe radio is time made audible, voices lost between the years, waves still traveling on. After the last radio song, I find the quietness that asks for less, no longer searching for what's left behind, but resting in what I possess. All the years have turned to something I can hold, not heavy now, but worn and dear. I turn the dial slow through the dark and cold and let the static disappear. The radio hums on its own now, morning rain against the glass, and the neon sign blinks away. Dust on the turntable, a dim lamp by the door. no one's there to hear. The arm lifts slowly in the quiet room. An old coat folded on the wooden chair, like snow across the streets that used to bloom. The coffee ring still stained upon the shelf. The curtains hold the cold December air. I find your handwriting inside a book, a name I've kept but no longer dare. Some winters linger longer than they should, stretching past the month of bare December, like silence filling spaces where warmth stood, and nothing left to remember. Dust on the turntable, spinning slow. Song half finished from so long ago. Dust on the turntable, just like me, waiting in the dark for what used to be. Oh, the years have worn the groove so thin. The melody keeps skipping where it's been. Oh, the years dissolve like winter steam, and I am left inside a fading dream. The hallway clock still marks the passing hours, its pendulum a slow and solemn bell. I pour a cup of tea that I won't drink, and trace the window where the raindrops fell. Your slippers sit beside the empty bed, like trains departing past the distant dark. I leave the lamp on through the longest night, a small and stubborn, warm and trembling spark. Maybe letting go is just another name for staying. Maybe time does not erase but rearranges. Maybe love becomes the quiet, maybe dust. Dust on the turntable, settling now. I've stopped rewinding, I've forgotten how. Dust on the turntable, soft and gray. The music fades but doesn't go away. Oh, the years have taught my soul to hold the bittersweet of stories growing old. Oh, the years press on like morning mist, and all I keep is what I almost missed. The needle lifts and rests, morning frost on glass, and the record turns on. Cracked radiator hissing, snow against the pane. clouds creak the same as they once did when you would cross from kitchen to the hall. I keep the thermostat turned down too low and wear your sweater like a borrowed wall. The paint is peeling where the mirror hung, a pale square where the brightness used to be, like ice across a river running still. The past lies flat and perfectly. Some silences are shaped like someone's leaving, hollow at the edges, full inside, like winter pressing fingers through the ceiling, and nowhere left to hide. Winter in the old apartment stays long past February's final days. Winter in the old apartment keeps its cold inside the corners where I sleep. Oh, the years have settled in the walls, in every groove of these familiar halls. Oh, the years grow quiet like this room, a held breath beneath the winter moon. I find a matchbook from a place we loved, the name half rubbed from years of pocket wear. I hold it like a thing I shouldn't keep and set it softly on the wooden stair. The window fogs each time I breathe too close, like voices lost on radio at night. I draw a circle in the clouded glass and watch it disappear before first light. Maybe cold is just the shape that longing takes. Maybe empty rooms remember those who filled them. Maybe I've been standing at this window all my life. Thaws, not all at once, but slowly, without cause. Winter in the old apartment fades into the softer hue of passing days. Oh, the years have asked my soul to bend, not toward the loss, but something near the end. Oh, the years drift on like melting frost, and I am learning how to hold what's lost. The radiator quiets, morning snow still falls, and the apartment breathes on. Record almost finished. The street lamp through the blind. Autumn on the sill. but always played when we turned out the light. I know each skip, each scratch within the groove, the way the chorus drops a little flat, like leaves across the courtyard in the dark. Some things stay perfect just because of that. Some songs were never meant to have an ending. They just dissolve into the air and go, like autumn light on ceilings slowly bending, so soft you barely know. Last song on side B playing on, long after you and all we were are gone. Last song on side B, warm and low, a melody for letting someone go. Oh, the years have worn the label thin. I trace your writing with a fingertip and then, oh, the years spin soft like autumn reels, and I am left with everything it feels. The arm will lift when silence fills the room, and click back to its resting place again. But I will set the needle down once more, like returning to an old and tender pain. The scarf you left hangs by the kitchen door, like echoes lost on platforms late at night. I pass it every morning without thought, and every evening hold it just a little tight. Maybe music holds the years that memory drops. Maybe every song remembers someone leaving. Maybe side B always knew the truth. Last song on side B, one more time. I let it play beyond the final line. Last song on side B, fading slow, a quiet grace in everything we know. Oh, the years have settled in my soul, not as a wound, but something nearly whole. Oh, the years move on like needle grooves, and I am grateful for the ones I choose. The record reaches silence, morning rain begins, and the needle rests again. Fog along the lamppost, an old umbrella by the door. Somewhere a clock ticks slow. I walk the avenue we used to share. was repainted new. The stranger stood exactly where you'd always stand, like snow across forgotten streets I passed right through. The fog erased the edges of the rooftops and softened all the lights to amber haze. I pulled my collar up against the silence and tried to count the sum of all those days. Some corners keep their ghosts long after we have moved and rearranged our lives, like photographs that yellow in the hallway, still there. Fog over familiar streets again tonight, and every whetstone holds a face I used to know. Fog over familiar streets, the soft and fading light where we once walked together years and years ago. Oh, the years roll by like evening river mist, and all the places blur to something vague and gray. Oh, the years have gentled everything we missed and left a quiet beauty in the slow decay. We shared now holds a different pair. Their laughter rose like steam above their coffee, like trains beyond the dark, it faded in the air. I ordered tea and watched the window gather drops, each droplet tracing channels down the glass. The radio played something from another season, and for a moment I forgot how much time passed. Maybe fog is just the city dreaming softly. Maybe memory is fog that never clears. Maybe we were never truly lost. Maybe still here. Streets, and I have made my peace with every corner holding someone I once knew. Fog over familiar streets, the quiet won't release, but somewhere in the gray I still feel close to you. Oh, the years have shaped this longing into something warm, not grief exactly, more like holding fading light. Oh, the years have passed, and I have found a quiet form of carrying these streets with me through every night. Fog along the lampposts still, morning gray and soft, and memory drifts on. A cup forgotten, the kitchen light left on. Something like silence breathing. I left the cup beside the written letter that never found an envelope or name. The words all dried like ink across the morning, like snow across forgotten streets. I felt the same. The refrigerator hummed its low confession. The curtain barely moved against the frame. I sat until the gray dissolved to daylight, and couldn't quite remember why I came. Some silences grow full with everything we meant to say, but swallowed whole, like rooms that hold the shape of all their former furniture. Still warm, coffee cold before the morning found the floor, and all my careful words dissolved to something thin. Coffee cold, the cup still sitting by the door, the things I never said still living on my skin. Oh, the years collect like grounds along the bottom, a dark residue of all the hours spent alone. Oh, the years taught me the weight of what I'd forgotten, and how the quietest rooms can feel the most like home. The radio announced the week's low temperatures. I wrote them down like facts that mattered then. The pen scratched soft against the yellow notepad, like trains beyond the dark, not coming back again. I thought of you the way old songs return at random, mid-sentence, unexpected, fully formed. The melody of someone else's kitchen, of someone else's winter, someone else's storm. Maybe solitude is just love turned inward. Maybe mornings come regardless of our grief. Maybe cold cups hold more warmth than empty hands. Maybe. Before the morning, and I breathe the ordinary weight of being someone alone. Coffee cold, and still I find no need to leave. This quiet cup, this lamp, this table, still my own. Oh, the years have made a ceremony out of small things, a ritual of cups and curtains, light and low. Oh, the years have left me grateful for the mornings, for all the gentle cold I've learned to know. The kitchen light still on, morning pale and soft, and something eases slowly on. paper, the hallway holding its breath. It rang at 9:30 on a Tuesday evening. I stood and let it echo down the hall. The sound dissolved to wallpaper and plaster, like snow across forgotten streets, nothing at all. I'd moved the chair beside the window earlier and left a gap where something used to be. The lampshade threw a circle on the ceiling, and in that circle everything felt free. Some evenings stretch like hallways, wider than they ought to be and longer than the light, like voices disappearing into dial tones, just gone. Telephone ringing in an empty hall tonight, and no one there to answer, no one there to call. Telephone ringing and the quiet coming right back over everything, like nothing moved at all. The years are full of rings we didn't answer, of voices in the wire we let dissolve. Oh, the years became this silence, I still wonder, a hall too wide for any single soul. I cooked for one but set 2 bowls by habit, then laughed a little at the extra spoon. The radio read news I couldn't follow, like trains beyond the dark, gone far too soon. I thought the walls remembered something warmer, the paint still holding shapes of other frames, a brighter square where someone's picture hung once, an echo on the plaster of their names. Maybe every empty room was once a home, maybe absence is just presence rearranged. Maybe halls remember all the voices, maybe unchanged. Telephone ringing, and I let it pass me by, and stand here in the silence still and find my place. All the years have turned this emptiness to something not hollow anymore, but full of soft regard. All the years have left me here with nothing, and nothing, it turns out, is not so hard. The hallway still and dim, morning light through glass, and something rings sings and fades away. A coat hung by the stairwell, somebody else's wool. December, barely breathing. I borrowed your old coat the night we said goodbye. It smelled of cedar closets and of somewhere warm. I wore it on the bus ride through the city, like snow across forgotten streets before the storm. The buttons didn't match, you'd replace them slowly, each one a different winter, different mood. I counted them like years between my fingers and felt the strange and secondhand gratitude. Some seasons aren't our own, we wear them borrowed, grateful for the temporary warmth, like coats that carry someone else's winter and gone. Borrowed coat, borrowed season, borrowed night. I wore your warmth across a city going cold. Borrowed coat, the lining holding fading light of every winter you had worn before we're old. Oh, the years are full of things we meant to return, of borrowed seasons left in closets never claimed. Oh, the years have softened everything I didn't earn and left me grateful still for all I can't explain. I kept the coat much longer than intended, hung it on my door as autumn came. Some mornings I would press my face against it, like trains beyond the dark calling out your name. The city changed its storefronts every season, but that one coat remained exactly yours. I finally gave it back the following winter and stood for a long time outside your doors. Maybe everything we borrow shapes us quietly. Maybe warmth outlasts the hands that offered it. Maybe giving back is just another holding. Maybe it's season, and I've grown into the kind of cold that needs no covering now. Borrowed coat returned, but what it held has shown me something about warmth I carry anyhow. Oh, the years have made me lighter than that lining, no longer reaching back for borrowed heat. Have left a quieter kind of shining, and I walk through winter on my own 2 feet. The coat hook bare and still, morning frost on glass.